Hey guys, we just picked up this exterior light fixture from Lowe's for about 50 bucks, and we're working on the outside of the house trying to spruce it up a little bit. And we had a fixture put in to mount the light to, and we're going to hang this one just like this. Some of these are interchangeable, you could hang it upside down, but since ours is up a little bit higher, we want it to hang down. And it couldn't get any easier, it's all pre-assembled, and there's really only two parts to this. So there's this bracket here that we have to pre-mount to the light fixture, and then we'll spin it and level it so that when we hang this, it sits level. And once I get this fastened to that light fixture and leveled, there's a set screw on it that we can tighten down to keep it level. And then after that, we just lift this up onto this bracket, and there's two holes on each side of this, and there's two Phillips screws that hold this onto the face of that. After we get it hung up there, we can then caulk around the whole outside of it as well to keep any moisture from dripping down into it. Even though we're pretty well covered here, I still want to do that just as a weather seal. So I'll get this mounted and then we'll move on from there. Alright guys, so the first thing I did is ran some silicone across this entire fixture just because I don't want any drafts getting into our house. And this is an easy way for air and insects and whatever else to get into your home. So I ran some silicone around the outside, and now I'm just stripping back my wire. I'm leaving about 3/4 of an inch that is completely stripped away, and that makes it easier to attach the wire nuts when we're actually going to hook up the light. And now that I have that finished up, I'm going to hop off the ladder and get the bracket that came with this light mounted to this wall, and then we'll get ready to hang the light onto the wall itself. Also, make sure your power is off before you mess around with any wiring. Alright, so I've got this bracket here. It comes with two Phillips screws. You can do this by hand. I like to use a drill just because it speeds things up astronomically. And you can move these wires kind of out of your way. Get one side started. If you are using a drill, just be careful. You can easily strip out that plastic. All it is plastic there, so just go real easy on it. Okay, now that I have the bracket fastened, the way this one works is you loosen this set screw here, and you can actually spin this bracket until it's level. Once it's level, I don't know how easily you can see this, but there's simply a screw here, and that's going to hold it tight and it prevents it from pivoting. So I'm going to actually run and get my little speed level just to make sure that this is perfect. I'm not very good at eyeballing stuff, so we'll get the level out and make sure it's perfect, and then fasten that in. So on the back of this light fixture, this is going to be very standard no matter what brand you get. They're all going to have 3 wires coming out of them. And it's as simple as color coordinating everything. So your black is your hot wire, your white is your neutral, and then the bare copper is your ground wire. So it comes with wire nuts, and we're simply going to take our 2 blacks, the one coming out of the house and this one, wire nutting it together, and then proceed to do the same thing with all of it. Then we'll actually mount this to the wall. Alright, so I got really lucky here, and I'm able to balance this on the ladder. I just got done hanging some fixtures in the house where I wasn't able to balance it on the ladder because they were too high. Try and get a helping hand. You don't want to be dropping something like this from up on top of the ladder, but now that I have it secured, I've got my black wire and I've got my hot wire coming out of the house. I like to take these, make sure they're completely level across the front face of them, and then you take your wire cap and just gently thread this on to start. And then once you get that wire going, I like to keep twisting it until the 2 wires actually start to twist underneath the cap. That's just a good telltale sign that you have a good connection. You can give it a little pull test. You don't want this coming out at any time. especially since it's outside. We want a really strong connection there. So make sure those wires are in there good. I'm going to continue to do that with the white wire and the ground wire, but it's the same process. I'll do that off camera. Alright guys, I've got all my connections made. I just took and looped those wires back into the box so they're not getting in the way and impeding the attachment of this light fixture to the bracket here. And this came with 2 Phillips screws. And then as you can see on the sides of this bracket, those are threaded and they just feed in the side here. So I'm going to attach both of those and then we're pretty much ready to rock and roll. Alright guys, I just finished putting those set screws in. Sorry, baby Kai's in the background helping film. But I got those 2 in. I'll go and put the light on quick and see how it looks. So we're going to get one of the Edison bulbs. It's going to look a lot cooler than this, but just for a template we wanted to make sure everything is wired correctly. And we really love how it turned out and how it looks with everything else. If Bree would come up here to show you the bottom of it. The only complaint I have about this is there's no barrier underneath the light, which makes it easy to put the bulb in, but any hornets or birds can climb up in there. So what I think I'm going to do as a solution for that is just cut a square piece of like window screen and then glue or tape that in the bottom here so that when we need to change the light we can, but no critters can get up and into that light. We're really happy with it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and next time you're looking to wire up your own light fixture, they're all pretty much the same. It's super easy, so I hope you try it yourself. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next build.